But what I was going to ask is that, coming from, I mean, obviously, you're a therapist and you are educated, but coming from like a parent standpoint, and I know you don't have kids, but what do you tell those people that say, hey, look, Fiona, I mean, I wouldn't want my kids to do that. I don't want my kid, say no to drugs, right? I mean, this is what we're all taught. This is what, everybody says. I mean, and so how do you defend that, or how do you address that?
I would ask the person, can you remember a time when you were young that you really wanted to, go and explore and experiment something, and your parents tell you no? What did you do?
Well, I did it anyways, Yeah. I mean, for me at least. But hopefully my kids, they do whatever I ask them to do. I'm joking, they don't. But yeah, I mean, I would have probably rebelled, So yeah, it's pretty normal.
It's normal, and I just wanted to point out, it's such a normal one, human development, and two, it's a normal psychological development as well. And a person can only develop into its own fullness and its own truthness if they exercise their own authority and then make the choices that come from a really intrinsic place, however it turns out, whether success or failure. If success, great, but failure, even greater, because they're going to learn something out of that, and then going to point them towards the direction that they're meant to be on. And I can't speak from a place of being a parent yet, but I can speak from a place of being a daughter, of being someone's child. Was growing up, my family, they don't even speak English. So you just point out that there's a really huge cultural and traditional and value difference. And it took me a long time, and in my own okay journey, and really healing this relationship with my mom, that I came to be able to stand in her place and recognize okay, she can only tell me things from what she knows, and she wants the best for me. But at the end of the day, if I were to listen to her, I mean, I listen to her other things, but when it comes to making my own choices about my life, if I did listen to her, I would be living a very unhappy life right now. And it's not.
What would you be doing?
I would probably be in an office somewhere, whether it's being a doctor, probably not a doctor. I think I probably knew I was going to quit either after getting to med school or before, so it's probably a good thing that I quit before. But I actually, after I quit med school, I was in real estate for a few years because I just needed to make ends meet first. And I would probably just be doing things that looking for security while trying to still test and search for this freedom and this level of creativity that I was just born with. And so I either have to do it in hiding or just do it out loud.
And so do you think a lot of people right now are secretly unhappy? I mean, coming from a psychological standpoint, are people unhappy that they're sitting? I mean, how many people are sitting in a cubicle right now hating their life because they wish they could travel, they wish they could have freedom, they wish they could just do what they want to do instead of everybody telling them what to do?
No.
Do you think there's a lot of people like that?
I mean, I don't know them as directly in my life, but just based on pop culture and the memes that pop out, what's popular, yes, it reflects a lot of reality of majority of people in our world today. And that's why I believe in this work that I do so much, is really helping people to find the intersection between their passion and their purpose, and really anchor in and feel that. And because ultimately we all really want freedom, right? Not just for ourselves, but for our family, our community, and everyone around us, so we can all just experience joy in life. And I see this in some of my family members, and it really sometimes it hurts me and it fuels me to really push me forward to do this work, is because I think there were just so many stories historically, down the lineage that we've been told a certain story, we've been primed a certain mindset, we've been so just like primed towards like avoiding fear rather than going towards the love we feel. And so when someone just spends all day long just avoiding the bad things, they're not going to have time and energy and the availability or space in their life to actually open up to the good things that they want. And
is that why people stay stuck for so long?
Yeah, I believe so. And I think one of the biggest reason why people stay stuck, not really because it's because they're actually not even aware that's going on. They're just so comfortable with just doing the day in, the day out. It's a habit, instead of thinking like, oh, what can I do to kind of change this? They have just like really start believing like, oh, this is my life. And I think that's a really dangerous place to be.
Yeah. No, I've seen it for so long. I mean, because obviously I've been in financial for 25 years, and of course I'm a recruiter. So I've always recruited and trained and developed people. This has been my whole life. And I think that it's really sad because people, they go into jobs that they hate and they stay there for way too long. And then when you try to interrupt that pattern and say, hey, there's something new, there's something different, we can change our life, we could change the world, we could be free, we could make a lot of money, we could have a better opportunity, they immediately say it's a scam. They immediately say it's never going to work. And to me, it's sad because like, if you ever, I never want to get to a place where I feel like I can't do something. If I want to do something, I believe I could do it. Now, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be, oh yeah, I'll just figure that. I was talking to a buddy yesterday, and he does jujitsu, and I'm thinking about doing jujitsu because just as a kind of just another skill that I want to try to get good at. I have a lot of free time and I have a lot of energy and I'm still youthful, and so I'm like, maybe I'm going to try it. I was talking to him and he's like, yeah, you could totally do it. It's amazing when you talk to successful people, they're like, yeah, you can do it. I believe in you, man. You talk to somebody that's broke and poor and miserable and depressed, and they're like, oh no, that'll never work, man. Oh yeah, forget that. There's no possible way that can ever happen. And it's sad because there are so many great opportunities. I mean, we were talking before we started, we were talking about travel, and you travel so much, and your boyfriend is in, where's he, Europe right now, or England right now, or something like that. And so it's pretty cool that you're able to experience so many different places, because I think that one of my blessings is that I can travel a lot too, and to be able to see different cultures and how they live, and know that we're not the only people. Americans are not the only people on the planet. I love America. I'm a patriot. I mean, I love this country, greatest country in the world. But there's a lot of other places to see with amazing people, with good cultures, good, experiences, and I feel lucky that, so what's one of the coolest places that you've been able to travel to?
Oh, I mean, there's so many there. I enjoy so many different places for different reasons. I love to see art. I love great food, but the places I enjoy the most are, the places where I get to like meet really cool people and be friends, or meet my friends there, like, so we can all kind of play together and kind of just really experience that joy. I don't know.
Like, do you like Asia or Europe? I mean, because just speaking outside of America, I mean, do you like Asia better? Do you like Europe better? What would you?
They're also different. I would say, like, for experiences, I never love Europe. They have their lifestyle, like the quality of life things down. So like every day
they're very relaxed.
Yeah, they're very relaxed, and their products are really refined. Their experiences are great. In Asia, I really like the people, especially in the Philippines. I love the Philippines.
Really? Okay.
So my last year in graduate school, we actually did a women's health studies in the Philippines, in this really small island, and it's called Siargao, and it's still pretty underdeveloped, and the airports are super small. There's no really hotels really anywhere, and the whole village are, I mean, people just like walk to places by foot. There's no like really big stores, but I've never met a more like warm and open-hearted and like really community-based people together, and to me it's really special to experience.
Philippines is on my bucket list, so if you guys ever go back, have me come with you, because I
Maybe next year.
I have a lot of agents in my business from the Philippines. So I mean, I've been asked to go to the Philippines many times. I just never did it, but I really want to go because I've heard so many amazing things about the Philippines. If you like this video and you would like to watch another clip, click right here. If you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.